Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
Hello and welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance, my very first Let's Play. So excited, psyched for the game, psyched for the Let's Play. I hope you enjoy it. And we just heard it. We're playing in medieval Bohemia, part of the Holy Roman Empire. The previous king was a very great and successful man. His son, not so much, and as it was in the Middle Ages, the land of a weak ruler gets exploited, in this case by his half-brother Sigismund, King of Hungary, who invaded. And if you know a little bit of the geographics at the time, from Hungary towards the Holy Roman Empire, which is where the core is today Germany. To get there, you first cross paths through Bohemia, or what is now today known as the Czech country. And now we'll see where we go from here, what awaits us. Warhorse. The early 15th century was a time of turmoil in the Holy Roman Empire, which had flourished under the late Emperor Charles IV, but now, with his son Wenceslas the Idle on the Bohemian throne, was falling into disarray. The king's inactivity angered many of the nobility, as well as his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary, who decided to take drastic steps to save the empire, I think it was. The text there went a little bit too fast away from me. Silver Scallots, 1403. High Middle Ages, if I'm not mistaken. Kingdom Come Deliverance. accompanied by his soldiers. Marketplace.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher. Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well,
Are we
it
noble?
looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Again mention of lords.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you sluggerbed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue. A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Alright, here we are. By means of the first choices in the dialogue, you will select your character's default characteristics. If you're not satisfied with them, not to worry, all characteristics can be further developed without limitations. First things first, so we're playing Henry, the son of the blacksmith, looks like. Town blacksmith. But are we though? Because our father, I assume, called us a blue-blooded idler. Blue blood means nobility. We don't look very noble. And I'm not talking about the blank expression on our face. Son of a blacksmith, how would he be noble? Anyway, we'll find everything out later. So, we can choose between we were chatting in the tavern, speech, I was dancing, agility, I was with Bianca, vitality, was working in the forge, strength. That last one sounds like an obvious lie because our mother would probably know if we were working in the forge. The house doesn't look so far away from the forge, so I suppose she would have noticed. Thing is, from role-playing experience, agility, vitality, strength. These are the stuff that usually that increases with activities that we do a lot of anyway, right? Speech, on the other hand, it's usually in certain circumstances only. So I'm thinking this one speech improves the slowest. Therefore, I would say let's start with speech. We're chatting in a tavern. And also, towards our mother, nothing to say against that.
Nothing much. Me and the lads were just having a chat in the tavern.
The lads and me.
Some wayfarer stopped by. He was telling us what's going on in the world, and well, I lost track of time.
Well, I hope he didn't fill your head with nonsense. Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
Why would I be interested in sword fighting? Speech. Well, that's a weird question. Isn't every boy, even today, I mean, not necessarily sword fighting, but, you know, fighting in general. Matthias was teaching me archery, agility. I was with Bianca, vitality. It's the second time we can choose that. What does it matter? Strength. Since we seem to be a little bit of rebel, we can choose this. But yeah, about what Henry said. A wayfarer came into town, told us about what's happening in the world. That's probably the only kind of news they're getting. The occasional traveler coming from a larger town who heard stuff from other people that came from other towns and so forth. So I imagine in a town like this is probably the highlight of the week, maybe even the month. So it sounds like a reasonable excuse. But now, yeah, what does it matter if we're learning to sword fight, huh? What you gonna do about it?
So I'm learning to sword fight, and what of it? What harm does it do? At least I'll be able to defend myself.
God above, Hal. You know how your father will react when he finds out.
How? What's he gonna do? I'm doing nothing wrong, I just wanted to try it.
On your own head be it then. I can't stop you, and you can deal with your father on your own. Don't come looking to me for help.
Alright, objective started, go to your father. Great. So let's see, what have my friends been here?
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere as usual.
In the morning. Or let's say it's afternoon because Henry overslept, but is it like they spend all day in the tavern? Don't they have jobs? It's not like they have a social security system they can leech off in 1402, or was it 3? 1402. Oh, leave it be, mother. You're misjudging them. My friends aren't drunks. I don't want to talk about that. Are you misjudging them? There's probably more to them than just being alcoholics.
That's unfair.
Really? So where were you until the small hours last night?
I was with Bianca, of course.
You mean at Bianca's tavern? And who was there with you? No, don't tell me, let me guess. Matthew and Fritz. Well, at least you were with Bianca. You should hold on to that one, Hal. She's a clever girl. And invite her for supper sometime. Your father's very fond of her.
Yeah, of course he is. He thinks he'll be able to wheedle the secret of beer brewing out of her.
You're right there. You'd think he was planning to become a brewer in his dotage. Still, that's your father for you. At least he's interested in something, unlike you lot. You're too busy getting into mischief to do an honest day's work. If Fritz and Matthew carry on this way, they'll wind up swinging one day. You mark my words.
I'm hungry.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is enough? Is Pa angry at me?
Father angry with me for sleeping late.
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain. But he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Is that a hint? Do you need any help, Mom? I'm a good boy.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Alright then. Let's start out this adventure. You discovered skeleton. So let's see, I suppose that's inventory. Okay, we have have door keys, item info, a keyring with all the door keys I've got. Green shirt. The linen shirt is a basic garment worn by rich and poor alike. Old, well-worn boots. The hood is simple headgear that also covers the shoulders. An upper torso with a short mantle. Hose are the medieval precursors of trousers, a basic garment for burghers and nobility alike. This piece is especially fine workmanship. A keyring with all the trunk keys I've got. Okay, that was all already. We are level 1. We have 1 in strength. Perk points. We can give a perk point. Gravedigger. Carrying dead or unconscious bodies won't cost you any stamina and they will burden you only half as much. Oh nice. Stronghold. Blocking an opponent's strike with your shield will cost you 30% less. Okay, there is a lot of perks here. Suppose we should read them as they become available. Some more stats. Health, stamina, energy, nourishment. We need to eat. Visibility, conspicuousness, noise, how loud we are, I suppose, speed, charisma, speech, vitality, endurance, strength. Okay. Sidekick, we don't have a dog or a horse. Quest log. We finally got some fine spring weather, but I still slept late in the morning because I was out celebrating until late in the evening. It was a bit hard getting out of bed in the morning. Go to your father, go to the sword fighting lesson. I expect a visit. I have to go to father. I promised I'd help him with his work. I started getting some training in sword fighting from a mercenary who turned up in Skalitz recently. Father and mother mustn't find out. Well, we basically just admitted it to mother, so that ship has sailed. For some reason, they don't want me to learn to defend myself. I got a bit of a cut in yesterday's lesson, though. We're supposed to meet by the ale house again today. A map. Oh, someone working on the fields. Yeah, this looks like a medieval painting of some sort. A guy with 3 arms. Heresy. Purge the heretics. Okay, these are all the map thingies we see. Codex. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Okay, for now, we won't read any of those, I suppose. But let me know if you are interested in reading them together. We can make like an episode where we read all the codex entries. And then when 1 or 2 more come additionally, we can do that in between the episodes. But let's get out from here for now. What? A lentil soup? Pick up. An apple. And the bread roll. Looks like a good breakfast. Ah, here it is. Eat. Ah, hold. Okay. The nourishment went up by 2. Another, what was that, 7 I think? The soup. It says here nourishment 8. Durability 2 days. Ah, freshness 100%, so it gets bad too. Excellent. So, real survival here then. Cheese. Can we talk with you again? Do you have
How
anything
are
new to
you,
say?
Henry?
No,
God
nothing
be
new.
with you.
Eat from pot, drop into pot. What can we drop? We cannot drop nothing in the pot. But we can eat from it. Oh, 82 nourishment. Let's eat some more. Some cheese for variety. Oi. Wait. Ah, it takes away energy from me. But gives 10 nourishment. Okay, let's not eat the second one. Box. Nails for Teresa. Nails for Teresa. Of course. Bandages. Strip of clean linen used to stop bleeding. Marigold decoction. Within 1 minute will add 30 health and the spell hangover effects. Cancels the effects of Lazarus potion. Savior Schnapps. A liquor of exotic fragrance. Drinking it is an experience that can't be forgotten. Okay, let's leave this here for now. We don't know what we're getting into. Maybe all our inventory will be taken at some point, so it's better if it stays in the box. This one is locked, but we don't have lockpicks. Okay. More food, but we don't need any more. And now we're going outside. Compass. The compass will tell you where to go in the quest you are pursuing. Just head for the active objective waypoint. Go to farther. A. I gotta say, it looks amazing. Game is not exactly new, but look at this. We have straw on the floor. Oh, and our shadow. Oh, we look a bit robotic though when we're moving. But I like that we can see our body when we look down, and we can see our legs. Yeah, that's nice. Quality stuff. Okay, but let's not keep father waiting.
What's the matter with you, Henry? Didn't you hear me calling you?
No, we did. That's why we came. Persuasion. Sometimes you need powers of persuasion to achieve your goals. When talking to people, you can often choose what kind of impression you want to make on them. You can simply use speech, which, however, is influenced by the reputation you have at the moment with the person you're talking to. In the Middle Ages, social status was paramount, so the quality of your attire and how well groomed you are, together with your reputation, can make a big difference to how people respond to you. If you look dangerous, people will be afraid to cross you and will also be more willing to assign risky tasks to you. That's influenced mainly by your strength and the deterrent effect of your weapons and equipment. But other things are also taken into account, such as bloodstains on your clothes. You can sometimes rely on money to do the talking for you. You just have to agree on a persuasive sum. Bribing people works in the same way as shopping. See trading and haggling. In special cases, you can try any other skill, for example, horsemanship. It's not only the manner of persuasion that's important, but also the specific offer, because sometimes it's not enough just to choose according to your highest characteristics. You have to really read what you're going to say. Next page. But different approaches work on different people. You won't intimidate a tough brawler easily, and no matter how well you dress, you won't impress the nobility easily. That's because Henry's ability aren't simply assigned a universal value, but compared with the abilities of his counterpart. You can see the values of the various abilities in the game under the corresponding icons. You can always see your own abilities. Your counterpart's ability are visible to you if it's someone you know well, or if you're skilled at reading people. Learn the perk empathetic. Your money, the amount you have to pay, total speech skill level, total charisma level, total strength skill level. It's not just about stats though. The outcome is influenced by other factors. For example, your reputation, whether you're dirty or bleeding, etc. If you can't outdo the nimble tongue of a merchant, for example, if you may want to poison him a little first, and then he will be easier to persuade. Or if you lead a guard away from his friends, he'll be easier to scare. I wonder if that's just how they want it to be, or if they really made it that way. Because if it really is that way, that the game knows, okay, this one bandit is away from his bandit friends, so he's gonna be a little bit more scared because he doesn't have the backing of his buddies. That would be amazing if the game can do that. The level of your reputation with your counterpart. Okay, in this case, looks a very sad face. So 27 is probably low. Okay. I had to do something. Sorry, I wanted to have a look around. I won't be ordered around. Yeah, that's not gonna work with our father. Let's choose. Sorry, I wanted to have a look around.
Sorry, Father. I was taking a stroll and lost track of time. Somehow I had a feeling I was seeing everything for the first time.
Yes, we are.
How, my boy? When are you going to get some sense?
We are seeing everything for the
Anyway,
first time.
you've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh, that drunkard. That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name
get
is
it
Bianca.
last.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Alright, lots to do for our father. I assume Sir Radzik is the lord we saw in the intro. The lord of this castle. Castle here. Quest log. You can find all information about the quests in the log, and for clarity they are also indicated on the map, as well as on the compass at the top of the screen. Okay. So lots of tools. Is that the sword of Sir Radzik? Looks not so great, but maybe it's just a work in progress. Suppose after sharpening it, it'll look more polished. Yeah, polishing. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. Lots of. Oh, it just vanished. And it appeared. Okay. All right. We'll look past that for now. Nice castle. Suppose it was big for that time. Because stone buildings in general were hugely expensive. That's why most houses are made of wood. And a castle like this could... yeah, that cost a lot of money. But they had it, if you have free labor force. Slavery with extra steps. I suppose you can afford a lot of nice things. So, here is the crossguard, yeah? These two gentlemen, Jaroslav and Yannick. You look more friendly. You have this kind of a smile around your face. With clothes clapping you through your other clothes.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzik, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
You got the crossguard for a new sword. Object updated. Pick up the crossguard at the castle. Alright, can you... aww. Invisible walls. Too bad. I'm not a professional in medieval customs, but I think that during the day a castle would have been open. I don't think the gate would be down, but I might be mistaken. But we're joking around here with these two guards. That's good. We seem to be friendly. It's always good to have friends in high places with the authority. So if something ever happens... oh, horses. Just standing here? Oh, lovely. Okay, let's get out of here. They're just standing here. I mean, we can't do anything with them, but isn't that reckless? Horses are hugely expensive, aren't they? Horse. Yeah, I know. Horse. Are you taking a break? It's not allowed to take breaks. Get to work, peasant. Yeah. You better. Before I get the whip. Throw in the stocks. Oh, I didn't notice that before. We are living with our family in like an inner kind of wall. Well, the smithy was very important for the castle. Horseshoes, weapons, armor. So lots of valuable stuff there. Is that our mother? Mother. Getting water? Or no, just carrying an empty bucket. Yeah, smithies very important for the town and for the lord especially. Ah, may the Lord watch over you as well, kind lady.
Hardly to Kuttenberg. Now citizens bend their knees to Sigismund.
Unfortunately, that's not my problem. Perhaps Sir Radzig is keeping it at the castle until this whole unhappy story reaches its end.
I only hope Sigismund doesn't get an appetite for our silver too.
That makes 2 of us. But back to business. I'll need 3 wagon loads.
I see your people are working hard. You'll have it tomorrow. Shall we go and drink to the deal?
With pleasure, good man.
Good day, Henry.
Tobias Pfeiffer, charcoal burner Havel.
If it's charcoal you want, talk to my hired hand. I've no time now.
Oh, well, I see charcoal here, so I suppose this is the hired hand. But we don't have money yet, we need to do that later. Yeah, so I suppose the smithy enjoys some additional security in town. Okay, here's a target there. Okay, you we can't. Oh god, yeah, I'm sorry I bumped into you.
Hey, Pip, do you want to learn something?
No, I don't think so.
You look like a
Thanks.
sellsword.
Suit yourself. Hail to the hero. So you haven't changed your mind about learning the craft of warfare?
Combat Master Vanyag, yeah, he looks like a sellsword with a kind of broken armor, a sword here. Everything patchy and mismatched. He takes what he can get. Okay, so I suppose we'll get our sword fighting lessons with you.
Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
That was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or 2 to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Let's go.
Yes.
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Let's just follow him right away. I see where Henry's coming from. Back then, police was more or less non-existent. Yeah, all the law came from the guards of the lords, who were only in the towns though. As soon as you left the town, it was like a free-for-all. There were probably eventual patrols, but if someone was sitting in a bush waiting for someone, you didn't have a chance. On the other hand, knowing how to fight might actually increase the chance of Henry getting killed. Because if you don't know how to fight, when someone jumps out of a bush with a sword or pitchfork and says your money or your life, there's really only one option. You give them your money. But if you know how to fight, or at least think you know how to fight, then yeah, might draw your dagger, sword, whatever, and might get killed. Or maybe you win even, but you just get a cut on your arm or your leg, and that gets infected, and gangrene sets in, and you die anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maniac.
So, can we get started?
We can. For the second time.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
We don't know what you taught Henry. How would we know? We've not been here.
Very well.
Oh.
Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
In combat, you are locked onto your opponent. If you can move around him using A and D. Okay. And with shift, you can unlock.
Now try to hit me.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key.
Ooh.
Never repeat yourself.
Oh, we can choose from where we strike. But we're losing our focus. Slashing, strong attack. Choose a direction of your strike using the mouse.
Good.
Yeah.
Once again.
From below.
Fine.
From up again.
All right.
Left and
Nice.
from right.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times.
Is it? I had no idea. Stab, weak attack. Weak attacks tend to be faster and more precise at the cost of force. Stabs can be aimed at the face upper zone or at the body any other zone.
Good. Once again.
Okay,
Now
that's just a
you're
normal
getting it.
stab, but if we aim high,
Good.
then he
again.
holds the sword but when he's
Good,
stabbing over
Let's
his
try something
shoulder.
else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
So far we haven't hit him though. You can chain attack strikes together into a combo. Start a new strike as soon as the previous one ends. You can change the attack zone or strike repeatedly. Try to press left right button at the very moment the previous strike lands. The window of opportunity is between striking at the opponent and the end of the swing. Okay,
Now you're getting it.
like this here.
All right.
Alright. We have... Oh, we even hit him. Nice. And we gained a level. I didn't notice before. We have stamina down there.
That's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Okay. Some advice here from Combat Master Vanyak, who showed us, I suppose, combat basics. It seems all reasonable so far. But it was just training, so let's see how we fare against any real enemies, if we meet any. So we have still to do buy a bag of charcoal at the market, collect the debt from Kunesh, buy ale at the tavern. But I suppose this is it for the first episode. We woke up, met our parents, got some chores to do for our father, the smith, in the town. We had some sword fighting lessons just now, and we picked up a crossguard for a sword our father's forging at the castle. We still have to get charcoal, collect a debt from an alcoholic, and get beer from the tavern. This we will do next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Any tips, advice, super welcome. And I hope I can see you again next time. Have a great day.